We got a news broadcast coming up in 30 minutes. I need you to be prepared, get your information together, and all right.
And I'll be doing a report on Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Duchenne muscular dystrophy is a severe type of muscular dystrophy. The symptoms of muscle weakness usually begins around the age of 4 in boys and worsens quickly. Typically, muscle loss occurs first in the thighs and then it works its way around the pelvis, followed by those of the arms. An inherited disorder of progressive muscular weakness, typically in boys. Many people with muscular dystrophy have Duchenne syndrome. Girls can sometimes be carriers, but this disease affects mostly boys. Symptoms include frequent fails, learning disabilities, getting up and running, and waddling gait. Duchenne muscular dystrophy is a rare type of disorder. There is no known cure, but physical therapy and medications such as corticosteroids can help control syndromes and improve the quality of life. Duchenne muscular dystrophy is a rare genetic disease. It primarily affects males, but in rare cases, it can also affect females. Duchenne causes the muscles in the body to become weak and damaged over time, and it eventually is fatal. The genetic disease that causes Duchenne is a mutation in the DMD gene, or a new type of mutation. Sometimes this happens before birth and can be inherited, or new mutations in the gene can occur spontaneously. Duchenne is caused by a genetic mutation that prevents the body from producing dystrophin, a protein that muscles need to work properly. Within dystrophin, muscle cells become weak and damaged. Over time, children with Duchenne will develop problems with walking and breathing, and eventually the muscles that help them breathe in the heart will stop working. Duchenne is an irreversible progressive disease. The French neurologist Guillaume Benjamin Ahmad Duchenne in the 1860s, but until the 1980s, had discovered this kind of muscular dystrophy. In 1986, the MDA supported researchers identified a particular gene on the X chromosome that, when flawed, leads to DMD. In 1987, the protein associated with this gene was identified and named dystrophin. Lack of dystrophin protein in muscle cells causes them to be fragile and easily damaged. DMD has linked recessive inherited pattern and is passed on by the mother, which is referred to as the carrier.
My name is Jordan and I'm talking about the Tay-Sachs disease. Tay-Sachs is inherited in an autosomal recessive manner. This means that to have the disease, a person must have a mutation in both copies of the responsible gene in each cell. This disease takes place, or some may call it, the disorder affects in the brain or the head, or this part of the body. And the chromosomes mutating disorder it causes the body not to make proteins called hexosomatase. What is the type of mutation that causes this disorder? A defective gene on chromosomes 15, Hex-8. This disease is an autosomal recessive disease. The symptoms are seizures, cherry red spots in your eyes, vision and hearing loss, and also muscle weakness. There isn't no cure for this Tay-Sachs disease yet. Some treatment keep child comfortable, called palliative care. Medication for pain, anti-epileptic disease is an inherited disease that is caused from recessive manner. This means that to have this disease, a person must have mutation in both copies of the responsible gene in each cell. This disease takes part in the brain/the head. And it causes the body not to make proteins called the hexosomatase. A defective gene on chromosomes, it is a defective gene on chromosomes 15, Hex-8. This is an autosomal recessive disease. The symptoms for this disease are seizures, muscle weakness, vision and hearing loss, cherry red spots in your eyes, and movement problems. There isn't no cure for the Tay-Sachs disease yet, but some treat it and they keep their child care, warm, and they have it comfortable. And medication for the pain, anti-epileptic to control seizures is a medicine called palliative care, physical therapy. Approximately 1 in 30 Ashkenazis, Jewish people, carries the altered gene for Tay-Sachs. Each child has a 25% of Tay-Sachs and a 50% chance of having the carrier. So therefore, 25%, so I want to say 1 out of 4 people that can get this disease. 1 out of 4 children can get this disease, and 50% people can have the carrier. So just look out for that. But it's a rare disease. But to wrap this up, Tay-Sachs disease is a recessive manner, which is that people can have, and they can go through seizures, problems with the head, red spots in your eyes, and more.
Man, it's a little tough time. I ain't gonna lie to you. January 26th, man, we lost a legend, Kobe Bean Bryant. Born August 23rd, 1978. Died January 26, 2020. I ain't gonna lie, Kobe was more of a sensation. You know, he left a big impact on the world. It's just, everything he did, it was respectable. He was a beast on the court, and off the court, he was everybody's favorite person. Like, his energy was just so perfect. It's like you wanted to be around him. He had a decent family. He had a family of like 6 to 7 people. His wife's name was Vanessa Lane Bryant. He had a couple children, Gianna, Natalia, Bianca, and Capri. I'm going to let you from a couple of his children.
He played for the Lakers all 20 seasons he played. He was a 1-time MVP, a 2-time NBA Finals MVP. He was a 5-time Finals champion, and more great achievements. R.P. to Kobe Black Mama Bryant, and R.P. to Gianni Bryant.
Turn the camera up. One for you, Kobe.
Ready? Hi, my name is Leslie Price, and I will be reporting about phenylketonuria, also known as PKU. It is a birth defect that causes an amino acid called phenylalanine to build up in the body. It is usually screened for newborns in the U.S., but most countries don't, making this case very rare. There's fewer than 2,000 cases in the U.S. per year. It is chronic and can last for years, or last a lifetime. It is caused by the mutation in both the gene of phenylalanine. It is when the body has a missing enzyme that breaks down the phenylalanine to tyrosine, and it is recessive. It can lead to brain damage, intellectual disabilities, behavioral symptoms, or seizures. People with PKU must mostly eat a special diet that limits the food containing this amino acid, and it restricts your diet for sugar substance. It is non-preventable, but the damage can be prevented. It affects 1 in 10,000 births. If it is left untreated, it can lead to brain damage, intellectual disabilities, behavioral symptoms, or seizures. PKU is not a preventable illness, though the damage of PKU can be prevented.
Hello, I'm Kausar Hussain. I'm reporting on osteogenesis imperfecta, which is caused by an autosomal dominant pattern of inheritance type 1 and 4, inherited by a mutation from a parent who has the disorder. The disorder is also caused by recessive genes requiring 2 defective copies of the genes to cause the disorder. Parts of the body this disorder affects are muscles, teeth, ears, arms, and legs. This symptom of this disorder are multiple broken bones, loose joints, weak teeth, hearing loss, bowel legs, arm, and respiratory problem. The type of mutation that causes this disorder is change in any of several genes. There is no treatment for OI. Anyone can have OI. The population or ration of the population suffering from this disorder are 100,000 affected by this disease, approximately 27,000 people in USA. Other interesting facts include risk of family history, themes, abnormal absence of menstrual periods.
Done.
Alright, enough of that foolishness. Alright, check me out. Today's weather's forecast. If you look at today, we have 46 degrees. That means that it's going to be a little cold, you know, it's going to be a little chilly. So you might want to wear you a hoodie and throw you on a nice overcoat just to, you know, keep you nice and cool, nice and warm. But honestly, it's going to be very cold, so I think you want to cover up. I don't want you guys catching pneumonia or nothing. We care about our Memphis citizens, and we want to make sure that you guys are able to go to school in the morning. Even though your school may not be what you like, we need you to learn. So this day, you know, please cover up. And for tomorrow, we have another 46 degrees. So therefore, it's going to be the same conditions as today. So that means that you might want to cover up this whole weekend, because if you look at Saturday, it's 55. It's going up just a tad bit, but you know, it's still going to be chilly. So I mean, at the end of the day, this whole weekend, you might want to cover up. So if you have plans to do some type of outside activity, you guys want to wear some nice, comfy stuff. So you just, you know, yeah, there's your forecast. Back to you, Johnny.
Today I'll be reporting on a disease called achondroplasia. Achondroplasia is a genetic disorder that affects the bone development that results in short limb dwarfism. The gene that is mutated in this disorder is the FGFR3 gene, which means protein is being blocked off so the growth factor, so the bones can't grow anymore. The symptoms of this disorder is pain in the back, physical deformity, short stature, bow legs, excessive inward curvature of the lower back, short fingers, enlarged head, hunchback, middle ear infection, misaligned tooth, or snoring. This disease is dominant. As far as any treatment for this disease, currently there is no way to prevent achondroplasia because it's less than 20,000 cases in a year. No, this disease does not have a specific population of people that it occurs to. No environmental factors or influences. The percentage of the population suffering from this disorder is 1 in 15,000 and 1 in 40,000 people. So this disease is very rare. Main side effects to achondroplasia is it results in you being a midget. Torso will be normal, and those affected have an average height of 131 centimeters for males and 123 centimeters for females. So you're gonna be pretty short if you have this disease. Basically, this is my report on achondroplasia.
Snugs. Come on down to Journeys. Get you a pair of Snugs. Costs $140. But for me, get it for $120. Now let me come on and tell you about some little features of it. You got fur. Keep it comfortable, warm, and smooth. Alright. Now look. This shoe is so valuable that a white man named George Lopez, he even owns a pair. Now let's come on down there. My next customer, I'm gonna tell him to try these on. Tell me how you feel. When you first put your foot in it, how it feel?
Comfortable, so I like it.
Yeah. No, take a walk. Take a walk.
Yeah, these things are comfortable.
They
Highly
comfortable?
recommend them.
How, you heard it from my friends right here. What's your name? Floyd. Yeah, you heard it from the man himself with the shoes on. Highly recommended. Now come on down to Journeys, get you a pair of Snugs. $140. Cut.
Nah, man, I ain't gonna lie. You know, times get a little tough. My girlfriend just broke up with me. A lot of my friends switched up on me, you know. It's not too easy on me right now.
Hey, bro, you know you always got me, bro.
sometimes being alone in the darkness make you realize that all you got is yourself.
Yeah, about the girlfriend situation. I don't know if you tell you these females for everything.
I tried to give my all to a female, you know, put everything I possibly could. She still treated me like trash. And, you know, that hurt the most, honestly, because I really thought that we was gonna make it. I really thought by me investing all my time and energy, maybe, you know, some positivity that rub off. And ladies, you know, just been a lot of suicidal thoughts in my mind.
Suicide, it ain't the way to go. I think you just need to focus on yourself. Master yourself, your inner self, before you try and focus on other people. You gotta master yourself before you try and figure out what other people think.
Oh man, but I looked at the pros, but I was really looking at the pros and cons, man. You know, a lot of things would be solved if I just ended all. If I eliminated myself from my environment, then won't be no more problems.
It ain't the way to go, man. You just gotta deal with it. You just gotta deal with it. Killing yourself, there's never the solution. You gotta deal with it. You gotta deal with your problems, man. You gotta deal with it. How we all get through it. You gotta deal with it.
Thanks a lot, man. I really needed that.
Anytime, man.
2017, 47,173 suicides were recorded. It was a drastic upcoming from 42,773 in 2014. Signs for suicide are excessive sadness / moodiness, hopelessness, sleep problems, sudden calmness, withdrawal from friends and family. Sometimes it's easy to tell if you have a suicidal friend, but make sure that you call the suicide hotline to prevent it. We care about each other, and we would not want you to lose a loved one. Sometimes they show symptoms of changes in personality / appearance, dangerous / self-harmful behavior such as cuts, recent trauma / life crisis, making preservations. Threatening suicide is 50%. Did you know that 50 to 75% of people will hurt themselves or consider suicide due to friends, family, or a loved one?